So here's point number H. Learn how to 301 redirect your pages to your categories if you have duplicate pages with categories. And here's the key thing I need everyone to pay attention to. Don't stop paying attention just yet. Never use the same URL slug for these. Here's what I mean by that, alright? So let's go to our good or bad market page. I want you to pay attention to the URL. You see the URL at the top? Yours is going to either say the following. Yours is going to say how's the market like this, or it's going to say, it's going to look like that. Category, how's the market? Alright? Now here's what I want you guys to first do right now. Write this down right now. If your website has the keywords category showing up for your categories, email me right now along with your anything else and tell me remove category from URL. Alright? Because there's a new, and this is within the past, as I was completing this outline, I found another plugin that I've changed a little bit and modified to make your website even more SEO friendly. I've removed the word category from showing up in your URLs because now it makes Google find your pages on an even closer page like that to your home page, and that's always better. The less deep it is, the better that's going to get indexed and everything. So by default, on all new sites, category and the word tag are going to be removed from your category and tag pages. Alright? So if you see yours there, then email me now at training@Tizish and tell me that you want the plugin to remove it. Alright? And I'll definitely do that. So anyhow though, here's a key thing. We're talking about 301 redirecting. Alright, remember earlier on in this webinar when we're talking about, or let's use deal of the month actually. That's one example. It's a better example. You see how we have our deal of the month page and we have our deal of the month category? See here, I'm going to first talk about never use the same slug for these. Or, I'm going to go back. I hate backtracking like this, but good or bad market. We were on how's the market page. Well, here's the thing. See the URL is called how's the market, but it's our category, right? Well, if you have a duplicate page, I'm going to create a page called how's the market, all right? An actual page. And I'm going to show you how this could break your function of your site. So this is something you shouldn't do. So I'm going to create a new page. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because you might already have a page called buyers. Remember earlier on how we did the buyers page and we did the copying the content? Well, if I create a page called how's the market, and let's just say this was the content, you see here the permalink, how it's called how's the market, but so is the permalink of our category. And remember, this is a page, and then the permalink of our category is called the same thing, how's the market, of our concierge page is called the same thing. If we create a page that's duplicate, meaning if we create a common page that's just like this, that's called how's the market, and I publish it with the same URL, watch what's going to happen to our category, our concierge page. And I'm going to recap this once you see it all again, just so it makes full sense. But I go here, I click on, I see how's the market, right? This is our category, and this was the page we just created with the same URL slug. So I click on view page, and now this is going to open our page we just did. You see our page right here, how it shows now it's our how's the market page, not our archive. Well, now let's go back to our concierge archive. Here it is. When I hit refresh, notice how the URL is going to get confused and it's going to take us to our page. So our concierge page disappeared because they have the same what's called your URL slug. So here's what you need to do, and this is what I meant by this point number here. Never use the same URL slug for these. Alright, what I meant was the following. If you have a page, let's say you already have an existing page called how's the market, that you had your general information and you had a contact form on, but then you created your new concierge archive page using the same name. Well, here's what you need to do. This is what section H is all about. You need to 301 redirect your old page to your new concierge page. All right, to your new concierge category page. And by 301, there's two things you need to do. Number one, 301 redirect it. And I showed you this earlier, but I'm going to show you it again. Here under SEO details and additional style, you got to type in the following. Take the URL from your concierge page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this was the page right beforehand. We're going to take the URL from your concierge page. I'm going to paste it here. And that's the first thing. And number two, since they have duplicate URLs, remember, this is our concierge page and it has the same URL slug as I mentioned here on the outline. Never use the same slug. See how it has the same one here as it does for the actual page here? You can't even tell the difference. Well, what we gotta do is change the slug right here where it says permalink, the URL slug. Change this word to the word something like page, something that defines this, so that way we know this is now redirecting to our new category. So we basically change it. So you see I said never use the same URL. We're changing our page slug and we're redirecting it to our new page here of How's the Market. Now again, this applies only to you if you had these existing static pages that are being replaced with your concierge pages. If you didn't, then this doesn't apply to you and this won't even matter. But only if you had one of those. So you see now, when I click on How's the Market, when I click on View Page, it's going to redirect me to the proper How's the Market concierge page, because we did that 3-1 redirect and we changed the slug. Alright? So I hope this makes sense. Here's just a quick 1-minute recap to fully make sense of this, and here's the whole point you need to know. In your pages, if you go to your pages section of your website, alright, if you go here to your pages and you see that you have a page named the exact same thing as one of your categories. So here we're opening up with a category. Here's just a simple point, but I show you all the how-tos, but here's a very simple point. See, here's our categories. We have a category called How's the Market, and you have a page called How's the Market. If you have a page with a duplicate category, then all you have to do is change the slug, the permalink, to have a different title on the page itself. Alright? Or you could delete the page. But remember, take the content from there first, like I showed you when we first created the buying page. One or the other. But the whole point is, don't let them have the same URL slug here. Alright? The same URL. That's what I showed you on this tutorial. Alright, so that's everything for point number H. And now we're pretty much done with creating our entire concierge pages. Obviously, on this tutorial I showed you on one example with the sellers page, but you would do this for all of your categories. Everything we went over here with creating the sidebars, all these steps 1 through H, everything here, you're going to do that exact same thing for all of your categories. Alright, and just follow each step. I know it's going to take you a while maybe at first. Alright, I know that's going to be the case, but trust me, you're going to be so grateful to yourself that you did this and you hacked through it, because come the next 1 month, come the next 6 months, it's going to be so easy for you to manage your website. Your overhead and the time that you spend doing it is going to be so minimal because it's going to be so efficiently organized. Alright? So now let's go to the last steps.